Hi Leo, it's Kendrick from Providence. I am going to give you your bonus. Wow, the Magician and the Princess of Wands. I'm going to give you your bonus reading for July. I'm not calling it a proofread just because it's probably going to be longer than 10 or 15 minutes. It's probably going to be around 15 to 20 or 20 to 30, yeah. We'll see. So Leo, we're gonna see what's going on with you. Have you been productive? You know, your season's coming up. I thought that the Hierophant was gonna come up, but it's actually the Temperance card, which is the Feralt in this Druid Craft Tarot. So it's number 14. Okay, so something is being stabilized, maybe restabilized. It has to do with having realistic goals, right? Having to adjust, you know, your ambition. Not to like take that away. Definitely, this is a very ambitious card, but it's doing things differently. Coming up with a new formula, okay? Or bringing something else into form. Something else is coming into existence from this alchemical process. It's asking you to use your creativity, you know, challenge your own creativity. Okay, and we love that. So it's kind of taking risks and doing things differently to achieve different results. Or it could be just introducing some other element into your creative process. It could be a new sound, a new look. It's definitely something that is innovative just because it's it's 14, but that's a 5, so it's connected to the 5th house, right? We got Leo energy there, and we're also talking about Taurus. So there's beauty in this process. So if you feel challenged by whatever is going on in your reality, understand that it is, you know, basically designed for you. You know, so don't compare your struggle to anyone else's because this is designed for you. Don't look at what anyone else is doing and think, maybe I need to do that. Maybe I need to follow that formula. Because no, it is not for you. It is talking about what is in the DNA, you know? And it is also talking about, you know, using your sense of individuality and playing with that, you know, playing off of your individuality. That's what the Temperance card wants you to do as well, you know, because the rainbow in the back signifies all the different colors. We're talking about light, you know, so some other part of you might be being illuminated, or some other aspect of your life is being illuminated. You know, this card talks about livelihood, you know, so maybe there's something that you have to do that you have a passion for, and it's, you know, contributing to your livelihood, right? Something is being cooked up here. These are the elements that are coming together. Focus, you know, it's will. It's also using your head, you know. Spiritual balance, of course. So it talks about life imitating art, because it's a card of artistry, okay? Does life imitate art, or does art imitate life? And how are we inspired by that, right? Okay. So we're trying to give you some new inspirations and some new aspirations, right? Concentration. Yeah. There we go. The Lord, which is Aries. Yeah. This is kind of like standing firm in your power. It is definitely connected to the Feralt by way of the sun, right? And this is asking you again, 1 and 4. again, focus on your strengths, right? Because that's what you're most passionate about. And also focus on your passions, because those become strengths, right? You can take on any challenge. You know, you are actually your own worst critic, right? And you can become your own worst enemy, but we are looking at what it is that we bring to the table for ourselves. How can we show up for ourselves? Which is what the Emperor does. It's someone who has a lot of responsibility now, right? A lot of pressure is put on the Emperor, okay? Connected to conflict and resolution. We can resolve whatever this conflict is, and the conflict has probably already been resolved, whatever it is, you know? So maybe you are now finding your new stability after coming out of a conflict that has been resolved. Yeah. Okay, the Eight of Cups is here in the past position. So this is talking about leaving something behind that you can no longer sustain, or something that no longer sustains you. And this is you using logic and reason, right? Just because it wouldn't be in your best interest to stay involved, or to continue to be emotionally fixed on something that you cannot change, that would only continue to make you feel insignificant, or make you feel as though, you know, there was a fear of walking away from something, a fear of leaving something behind, you know. It is feeling like you are abandoning something that you have committed yourself to for a long period of time. It could be a relationship, you know. But the thing is that if you stayed fixed on this, it would have just become more and more toxic for you, for everyone involved. This is Saturn being in Pisces, so it's talking about communication. You know, so it's something that you felt, that you knew, and that you kind of feared would happen, right? This is almost like overcoming one of your fears, one of your most recent big ones. Right? This is also a card of loss, right? I feel like I would be missing out on something that was once a resource for me, you know. It's connected to the Strength card. It's also connected to like any of the eights. So it's talking about your perspective has shifted. You know, there's a lot of emotional pressure here. But now you can take that emotional pressure off of yourself. You know what I mean? Because you don't have to identify with what it is anymore that you did. You know, there's no need to feel guilty about, you know, following the path that was destined for you. You know, you can't fight destiny. You'll only be disappointed like the whole time you're trying to fight it. You know, and that's what the Eight of Cups is talking about too. You know. Yes, the High Priest, which is the Hierophant. And I knew this card was going to come up because, you know, before I was going to sit down to do your reading, I just kept thinking about the Hierophant. Okay, and then we got the Pharaohs, which is the Temperance card. Sorry, the names are different, so I'm like, which is connected to it because it still reduces to a 5. So the High Priest, or the Hierophant, is talking about what you are being guided to figure out kind of like on your own. it's an inner conflict with yourself, with your reality. You're in conflict with your reality. And when you're in conflict with your reality, you're forced to change something, right? Either your reality has changed, right? Meaning the environment around you, or you yourself have grown conscious of something that you weren't before, right? So then that changes how you perceive things, you know? And whatever ignorance or whatever beliefs or constructs that you were working with before, those are challenged when you are introduced to new situations, new things, new concepts, right? New perspectives. So then you have to kind of like try to balance out how you change or how everything else has changed. And the Hierophant is anything that you never really thought would change. But this is also a card that says change is beautiful too, you know. It really is, because it's almost like it gives you another chance to live another reality, right? That's why maybe you lived in one place at one point in your life, then you live in another place at one point in your life, or you have one relationship and then you have another relationship. You know, it's like what life is teaching you, you know. So you are kind of doing that, right? You're sort of accepting it too, right? All right, so the other side. This is actually quite a good reading. Let me see. What did we see? What did we get? We got the Lord, which was talking about the fear of greatness, right? So whatever it is that we had to walk away from, and I say we just because my chart ruler is actually in Leo. Yeah. What we had to walk away from was something that we had grown accustomed to. You know, spend a lot of time. There's a lot of history, emotional attachments, right? And your emotional attachments are just illusions, right? And those are illusions that have been, I don't know, projected over such a period of time that you start to believe them. And that's like, you know, Pisces' motto, I believe, right? And sometimes you can only see so far. Your eyes can only see so far. You can only predict or perceive things only so far, you know. Anyway, the King of Wands is here, which is you. That's your energy. So the High Priestess is also here, and the Eight of Wands. The High Priestess is talking about, you know, intuitive messages that came in the past, right? You were anticipating something happening, right? Something was also revealed to you in the past as well that brought you, that changed things, you know. Also, you know, Spirit is also giving you messages on how to be fair to yourself, you know what I mean? And you can't necessarily fight or fear what Spirit is telling you, because, you know, it's trying to navigate you through the oppositional energy that you are feeling, right? So when there's oppositional energy, we're kind of like going against, we're not going with the flow of the energy. So this is also talking about the energy that you're working with, right? Getting back in touch with your energy, right? Relying on different methods of finding balance within yourself so that you can feel, you know, motivated, right? So Spirit is trying to motivate you in different ways, but you're afraid of something. Okay, but this says you have nothing to fear, you know? Definitely with this, right? The 8. Oh, 8th house. And this 2, which is also connected to Pluto and Pisces. Okay? Taurus and Gemini. You know, you may not be valuing the things that you don't identify. Okay, but Spirit is showing you something. It's telling you something. It was showing you before, you know. There might have been friends. There could have been so many different things that were getting you set up for something, right? Talking about things that were to come. And here we are with the King of Wands being here. The King of Wands gives us Leo, but it also gives us a little bit of Cancer. So we are right where you need to be. Can I get an amen? You're right where you need to be. That's what Spirit is saying to you, Leo, honey. Don't be acting like you scared to move, to go towards your destiny, darling. Don't be afraid. Definitely don't be, because it says that you're ready, right? The Emperor, the Lord, honey, the Lord, put your faith and your trust, okay, rules the kings, obviously. Okay, the Emperor rules the kings. The Emperor's Aries is giving you fire. It's also giving you water. It could be Scorpio energy sometimes, right? Leo as well. Could be giving you Leo energy. So you are right where you need to be. Okay, and we're trying to control the energy, right? Because it's fixed. The King of Wands is giving us fixed energy. A little bit of Cancer, right? And a lot more of Leo. So we are trying to stabilize our emotions, right? This is saying, don't forget about how you feel, but don't become a victim to your emotions either, right? Sometimes in battle, your emotions can actually be the thing that gets you killed. And that's only a metaphor. It's not, you know, for real, honey. Please. I'm a Libra. I'm not trying to have any of that happening to anyone, darling. But you know what I mean, right? So, I feel like for you, you're putting your feelings to the side. Or maybe you've gotten past them, you know? And you understand that you have to continue to live out your purpose. Now you're motivated. Something is motivating you to go towards your purpose more with the King of Wands being here. Just because that is Leo energy, you know what I mean? The sun is coming around and bringing focus. It's at home, right? You're feeling comfortable again, more comfortable, right? Which is good, because we're out of that retrograde shadow, right? Yeah. You know, it's owning how you feel, right? Just because it's the King of Wands, it's 1/3 Cancer and 2/3 Leo. Let's go into this 8 of Wands here. The 8 of Wands is talking about not being afraid of the unknown, and also not being afraid to take a risk. You know what I mean? Because here it is. Don't be afraid to take a risk. You've gotten there. What's stopping you now? You've gotten far, right? Look how far you've come. That's what the 8 of Wands talks about. Look how far you've come, Leo. So this shows, this is almost making you feel like you can do anything, you know, especially because it's Mercury and Sag. Hello, it's in the 7th house too. So it is talking about, you know, you've overcome a lot of challenges, right? Within relationships, perhaps. And also within yourself, challenges that you overcome within yourself. And then it's also talking about your passions and your skills and your knowledge, right? Using those things as a resource to move you closer to your truth, you know, because it's truth seeking. Sagittarius energy. But it's coming from a place of like 8. So it's the strength and the courage to move on and to move forward, right? And still want to accomplish things, still be motivated to achieve. This is also saying getting out there, getting some fresh air, getting out there in the space, you know, safely, of course. Doing something fun, right? Because Mercury doesn't want to get bored, and Sagittarius definitely wants to be, you know, actively involved in doing something. You know, this is the thrill of new adventure here, the 8 of Wands. So I want you to see it as that. You know, find the happiness, the optimism, and the faith, right? All of that in this new voyage, right? So I feel like that's also what the 8 of Wands talks about, like going on a new journey, having a new experience, for sure, this 8 of Wands. And it wants you to put faith in having that new experience, you know? For real. Okay. Let me put this down before it gets to me. Did we get all of these? Okay, so these are great cards. You know what I mean? The Temperance card, artistry, spiritual balance, insight, you know, spiritual insight, and being guided, right? Spiritually. This is kind of like doing the manifestation work for yourself, not on anyone, right? This is doing your own right ritual type of things. If you're doing like work, you know, I guess spell work or magic, whatever. Yeah, you're reassessing something, you know. What are the reasons? Seeing where we might need to change, right? Taking advantage of a time that we never thought we would see, you know. Let's look at the Romance Angels Oracle cards. I keep wanting to be like, this is a weird reading, but it's not. I don't think it is. You know, I think you just need to trust in spirit, God, right? The King of Wands is also somebody that, like, you know, could be very demanding. You got two very demanding people here, the King of Wands and the Emperor. And the High Priestess is here trying to, like, kumbaya here with herself, right? Yeah. So you could be feeling some pressure from, like, I don't know, people. Or it could just be you being in your energy, right? Because it's coming around and it's almost Leo season and you got so many cards here that are 5s and that are fire. Let's see what's going on here in the Romance Angels. Okay, this situation involves marriage. So some of you are going to be committing to something, or some of you might be, you know, signing a contract, getting married, very soon. Clearly decide what you want so it comes to you now. So some of you might need to be making some decisions about your wedding. So this is very specific. So it says very soon, wedding, make the effort. So some of you might be waiting, might have been waiting a long time to get married or to get proposed to. Maybe you've been waiting a long time to have the wedding just because of like COVID and all of that. And also it's like whatever you've been waiting on, like event or doing something important, it's saying go ahead and do it, right? Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. Oh, romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. Retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. New love. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. I'm putting these cards away. And I'm going to look at some other cards. Sometimes I like really feel these romance angels cards. And then sometimes I'm like, ciao. Okay, so let's see what's going on here. You're definitely getting back into your energy, your frequency, feeling like yourself again, but it's on a new level, you know what I mean? Especially with the Temperance card being here. Which is great. New level, new chapter, new phase. Serving surround sound. Free up. Wow. Phases and cycles. There is a beginning within every ending. Illusions are revealed and released. Honey, release some illusions. 8 of Cups. You got awakening presence. El Moria or El Moriah. The universe is with you. Wear a cloak of protection and love. So you just want to remember that you are protected, and you always want to remember love. Okay, so those fell out. What are these other ones? Sacred self. Hello. Unleash your spirit, express your gifts, dance to the sacred rhythm of life. What? Horus. Cosmic gateway. Your thoughts are magnetic and powerful. Miraculous changes are occurring. Yeah. So you just got to trust in that. Trust in miracles, because sometimes we don't know everything. Hello. We're so stuck on ourselves and our ego sometimes and what we can see that is material in front of us that we feel like we know exactly what's best for us and we know exactly what was meant to happen because we know what's best for us. But sometimes what's best for us isn't best for us all the time. Transcendence, Lord Shiva or Shiva. Rise up, honor your inner force. Steps are being given. Dance with the universe. Okay, wait. So this is the sacred self, basically. Okay. Transcendence. Rise up, honor your inner force. Steps are being given. Dance with the universe. Hold on. Steps being given, honey, right? Dance with the universe. Yeah. Truth is being revealed. Deep insights are coming from heaven and the astral realm. Right? Cool. What else we got? I think that's it. Your consciousness is expanding. You understand the connections between all things. This is like consciousness here, right? Whoa. Anyway, Leo, I think that is it for you. Thank you. Talk to you later. Bye.